I'm in second place and you pass me, what place are you in?
First.
First place.
Yes.
I'm in second place and you pass me. Well, how would you be in first place?
Because I passed you. I passed you, so I'm in first.
I'm in second place, though.
Congratulations. Now I'm in first because I passed you. I passed you. Are we running? Are we driving? It doesn't matter. I passed you. I'm in first.
Salute. What up, family? Hey, y'all heard it here first. Forgive me on the intro. You know what I'm saying? Disregard that. That was actually last night's topic. But not tonight's topic. We are introducing these niggas Thursday because the shit that these niggas be doing. Right? Been wanting to introduce this show for a while. Been pretty busy throughout the course of a day. You know, the plantation be having a motherfucker picking that goddamn cotton. But I want to remind everybody before we even get started and we do a roll call for everybody that we see in the chat thus far, like the stream, share the stream, support the stream through Cash App, Super Chat, Super Thanks if you're going to be catching the replay. BuyMeACoffee.com is also available. All right. And those of y'all that know me personally, you can also hit me up on PayPal too. Okay. We'll be having a new cash tag too for the Cash App. Likely we'll be unveiling that next week. But throw one will still work. So y'all will be able to use either or. But you guys see the thumbnail and our first show for these niggas Thursday. Okay. This is a good segue because I did report on what happened with Gilbert Arenas when it happened. When he was indicted by the feds and arrested for, let's just call it what it is, racketeering, all right, and some trafficking, likely some solicitation and all types of other shit. Now, people are going to try to bite this topic as they do a lot. But trust me, this is some shit that only Ant is going to be able to break down and break down properly without assistance, because I understand exactly what it is to do this type of shit in this world. Okay, and when I say in this world, I ain't talking about planet Earth. All right, And I'm not just talking about being a pundit when it comes to sports and sports betting and all of that other shit. I'm talking about the illegal poker games, the dicing, the rigged up card shufflers, the dealers pulling other shit, the planted players, the stealing of the rake, the point shaving, okay, and then the motherfuckers possibly getting their damn kneecaps and thumbs broken and getting their family members threatened and all types of other shit. I've seen it firsthand. Now, as you see the entire thumbnail, you're seeing a lot of these NBA players and these multi-millionaires, guys that have made millions of dollars being able to play a child's game, just getting busted over and over again. I don't remember if it was Marcus or Markeith Morris. I don't know which twin that was. He just got a marker in the casino. All right, I'm not going to bring up what happened like 30 years ago with Michael Jordan's pops and shit like that. All right. But to go back to Gilbert Arenas, because he's in the thumbnail. I said it before. I actually said it last night. Shout out to the brother that was up here, American Man. Now, if his game was on the up and up and legitimate, it'd still be going. Make no mistake about it. It would still be going. But it's not going on because the game was fixed. All right. I've seen it over and over and over again. Even back in my days of playing poker, I learned very fucking early. Stay away from home games, and stay away from home games for these reasons right here. Now, when you go up into the higher stakes, when guys are gambling 50, 100,000, you can even go on your YouTube feed and look up poker live streams. You're going to see guys playing for unreal amounts of money. I'm talking about 50,000, 100,000, 250,000, $500,000, some of them even $1 million on the table at a fucking time. Guys you've never fucking heard of. Guys that aren't even NBA players, guys that aren't fucking tech giants or any of that shit. Anybody ever wonder where that money comes from? Anybody ever wonder why you're able to see the same people at these tables over and over again? I'm going to tell you why. Because the motherfuckers be cheating. That's why. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some phenomenal, great players out there, but it's really just a handful. For the most part, luck is going to rotate, especially when you're playing for unreal, ridiculous fucking amounts of money like that. Sometimes you're going to win. Sometimes you're going to lose. You might win 200,000. You might lose 150,000. Like, that shit is going to happen. But the guys that consistently fucking win every single day, every single night, just seems like they just win over and over again, no matter who the fuck they playing. They could be playing the best in the world. They could be playing some random fucking idiot. You know what I'm saying? They could be playing against 5,000 other players. They just seem to be winning all the time. Bullshit. Now, I caught a stream, or it was a video. It was this past weekend. And don't even ask how the shit came up in my feed, but it did. It was from a channel called Wired. And they talked about how automatic poker shufflers in casinos could be hacked because they have USB ports, cameras inside of them. And even though the dealer cuts the cards, you can still know what's going on. Now, this is what Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier were just arrested for today. Not just running or taking part in illegal gambling when it came to these poker games, but also rigging up shuffle machines and dicing games, having planted players, getting involved in illegal fucking shit, and then that shit possibly leading to point shaving and all types of other shit. Yeah, it's amazing that when these charges and all of this stuff starts coming up, there's always some big time mafia head that gets mentioned. What's up, Flora? I see Trinity Time Travels also in the building. What up, Bronze? Most hated flat power god. I got the cynical one in the building too. What up, Anthony Manzano? Salute, bro. You know what I'm saying? TMKC 181. I got TMKC. Nikki Crayons also in the building. Salute. And Big Brenda Clark with the shit. Hopefully she's still with the shit. What up, what up, what up? But now we're gonna get right into it. Because this is some big boy shit. Alright? This is some big boy shit. So let me drop this overlay. We're gonna share the screen, share the screen, share the screen. Okay. And I'm gonna show you guys the entire indictment, that came up. Because they had an entire press conference when it came to this shit. Y'all remember this? This is similar to what they did to Diddy, similar to what they did to Mayor Eric Adams, all of that. Hey, and it's not just sports gambling. See, this is what happens, Flo. These guys don't come trying to bet on sports. They just have so much money and so much time on their fucking hands that they decide that they could play some cards, play a little poker. But they can't just go to the casino and play for 60, 100 bucks or anything like that because the money just doesn't excite them. They're multimillionaires. So what happens is they want to sit in a high stakes game. They want to sit at games where there's 50,000, 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 on the table because, these guys, 50,000 is like our 50 bucks. Understandable. Now, keep in mind, where there's money involved, there's money to be stolen or cheated. So what ends up happening, just like with what happened with Gilbert Arenas, these NBA players, these celebrities and shit get invited to the games and they might bring 50,000, 100,000 in cash, or they'll get what's called the marker, which is just a loan, to just pay it back. When the bank opens up, they're good for it because they're rich. They have $100, $200 million contracts and shit. So what they'll have at these games, they'll have food, they'll have women, they'll have all types of leisures and comforts available to make sure that these guys have no reason to leave. What up, KP from KC? And yes, these games have been fixed for years. I'm going to get right into it. But they have all types of leisures to make sure that these guys cannot leave. Because if they do leave, they may not come back. Now, keep in mind, when it's $50,000, $100,000, $200,000 on the table or in the room, do you really think that people that are literally there to come the fuck up are going to leave that to chance? No. So what happens is they'll get one NBA player, another inheritance baby, and then they'll get another 6 guys and maybe a girl or so that are all on the same team, likely poker pros. Guys that have book bags full of fucking cash. And what they're doing is they're giving all types of hand signals, and the dealer's usually in on the fucking game too. Nowadays, the dealer doesn't even have to be in on the game because they have shuffle machines with cameras in them that have technology to hack them, allegedly. Okay? So, when these guys lose all of their shit, all of their money that they showed up with, 50,000, 100,000, 150,000. Just lose shit. Yep, it's pretty tough to go to an ATM machine at 2, 3 in the fucking morning and pull out another 25, 30 grand or 50 grand or 100 grand. Pretty tough to do that. So what happens is they've usually got somebody that's in the game that has a bunch of liquid cash. Or at least they're good for it and they can give them what's called the marker in chips. You know, just a little something to get you even. You just pay me back when the bank opens up tomorrow, or you know, when it comes to you might end up losing $250,000. So you might have to order that shit, and it might take you about 2-3 days to go get it. So when that happens, you know, they'll loan them another 100,000, 200,000 in chips. And then motherfucker lose that shit again. And when I say you got a dealer that's able to just flip whatever card from whatever spot in the deck that they want. All types of just random, crazy, fucking shit will just happen. Just 1% hands, just random shit, just crazy shit just be happening. Oh, I can't believe it. I'm just lucky. I don't know. Yeah, whatever. So what happens is, you know, a guy might show up, ready, willing to lose about 30, 40,000. But he ends up leaving the next morning, or sometimes even the next afternoon, next evening, down 400 grand. And what a lot of people don't know is, even though these players, these millionaires and shit, they might be worth $160 million on paper, they don't have all of this money liquid. So when you end up losing all of the money you came with, plus a bunch of money that you didn't fucking come with, i.e. 400,000, 600,000, come back 3-4 days later, lose another fucking 400,000, you're in a hole of $1.5 million. The guy back in the game says, you know what, just do me a favor. You guys will be playing the Nuggets tomorrow. You're favored by 8 points. You don't have to throw the game or anything like that. Just when they put you on the free throw line toward the end of the game and your ass is up 7, make sure you miss the fucking free throw. And then when the ball comes in your hand, make sure you just lose it. Make sure you clank that bitch off the side of the rim. It's called point shaving. Sometimes they do it with football players, whatever. That's been going on for a long time. Yes, you remember, referees be in on that shit. Players be in on that shit. These games have been fixed for years. They do it on every single level. From basketball, college level, the pros, football, college level, the pros. And I even said this on my show last night. When somebody asked, well, damn, what did Gilbert have involved in it? You know, how did he get busted? He didn't even have to be playing in that game. The fact of the matter is, he's got a name, he's got the connects, and he can get millionaires to sit down. That's 90% of the battle right there. You actually need somebody with the money to sit down at the table. As soon as that motherfucker sits down at the table, it's over. He's lost. Like I said, for all the haters that are going to check out the replay of watching the clouds, you better know what the fuck you're talking about when you try to take this fucking when you try to take this content. Because you're just going to fucking sound stupid. I'm just letting you know. But let's get into it. Cause hey, trust me, a lot of niggas like biting shit, right? But you got to keep in mind, you got a lot of girly boys in these fucking spaces. They don't even fucking watch sports, nor do they fucking they don't do man shit. You know what I mean? They don't watch sports. They don't play no cards at no real fucking level. Motherfuckers, real shit. You know? The most money they seen is when they spent that shit at the mall. Income tax had to come. Real shit. They don't know what the fuck's going on in this world. Trust me, they don't. They proud. These motherfuckers are standing at attention because they ready to bust all of these motherfucking stunting ass niggas. All of these niggas. They like to stunt. You know what I'm saying? Go in the club. Fuck off 50,000, 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. You know what I'm saying? In the club, bottle service and all that shit. Yo, I'm going to break down a lot of shit.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Joseph Nocella. I am the state's attorney for the WGAZ. We have with us today FBI Assistant Director in Charge, Christopher Rea of the New York Field Office, Special Agent in Charge of the New York Field Office, Leslie Bakshi's, New York Special Agent in Charge of Homeland Security, Ricky Patel, Newark Special Agent in Charge of Homeland Security, Michael McCarty, Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch, Chief of Detectives Joseph Kenny.
I'm going to switch some tabs, right? I just had to close some tabs. We should be good in a moment. Matter of fact, you know what? I'll be right back. The magic of television. All right, we should be good now.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Joseph Nocella. I am the United States Attorney for the Eastern District of New York. I'd like to welcome you here today. In addition, we have with us today FBI Director Kash Patel, FBI Assistant Director in Charge Christopher Rea of the New York Field Office, Special Agent in Charge of the New York Field Office, Leslie Bakshi's, New York Special Agent in Charge of Homeland Security, Ricky Patel, Newark Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch, Chief of Detectives Joseph Kenny, and the Executive Director of the Waterfront Commission, Phoebe Sorrell. Patel.
Good morning. Today we are here in New York to announce a historic arrest across a wide sweeping criminal enterprise that involves FBI work, and then you'll hear from the others. But as you now know, individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today, former, current NBA players and coaches. What you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very...
30 of them arrested. You know? Now, somebody asked me earlier, they're like, yo, you think, like, well, what type of time do you think they looking at? And I'm going to tell you, that same shit that Diddy was looking at, that's what the fuck they looking at. This is racketeering in its hardest of hearts. This is mafia shit. Make no mistake about it. And you know what? I'm fucking glad it's happening to these niggas. Not because I'm jealous of their money. What did I say last night, Brownie? Shout out to Brownie Ellie. And I think you were probably in my chat when I called it out when Gilbert Arenas got busted. All these motherfuckers are about to tell. They about to tell. Because this is about to be a hell of a stain on the NBA. But this is not new. I told you. Gilbert Arenas wasn't just running an illegal poker game. I said it in the beginning. He was running a fixed poker game. And so are all of these motherfuckers. Of course, it was part of it, Black Pearl. It wasn't just part of it. Gilbert Arenas went and told on all these motherfuckers. That's how he got right the fuck out of jail. Allegedly. That's how you make bond. Real quick. But that's just the way they do things out there. They rig games, rob motherfuckers. And when I say rob motherfuckers, you got people sitting there that have no chance to fucking win. Like I said, they got rigged up shuffle machines. You got RFID readers. If y'all don't know what that is, that's a reader or scanner that's on the table that can actually read the cards. You know? It sounds like some James Bond type shit, but that's how you guys are able, if you ever watch poker on television, and y'all ever wondered, like they used to have pocket, like cameras. They used to have cameras on the table. And there was a whole production room, and to keep up with the integrity of the game, they used to have to broadcast shit to you on a delay. But when technology kept on advancing, they started putting chips in the cards. So when the players put the cards at a certain spot on the table, what the cards actually are can be read, you know, by the production crew. So that way they're able to have graphics and all of that other stuff and broadcast what their actual holdings are. They use that technology to cheat. That's one thing. And on top of that, they have trained professionals, crooked dealers that are able to flip cards from random fucking spots. Now, why do you think that all of these people are being busted just for running an illegal poker game? You're about to find out why, because likely that shit has led to all types of fucked up shit going on with illegal point shaving rings that have led to just questionable outcomes and scores when it comes to sports games, i.e., FanDuels, draft picks, what the fuck are the other ones? All of these fantasy leagues and shit. All of this stuff that you can just bet on. Bovada, Bet Online. I said draft picks, FanDuel. What else they got? You know, all of that shit. Prize picks. You know, everything. It's all a total mess. It's bullshit.
Very much ongoing. Not only did we crack into the fraud that these perpetrators committed on the grand stage of the NBA, but we also entered and executed a system of justice against La Cosa Nostra to include the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese crime families. And you'll hear more about those details today.
Yeah, that's John Gotti's shit. La Cosa Nostra, Gambino, Lucchese families. Yes, John Gotti shit. Who do y'all think is backing these games? Why do you think they're backing these games? This is racketeering. This is the type of shit that they were supposed to be indicting and charging Diddy with. But no, they about to bust these dumbass NBA players and ex-players.
The charges and the arrests that were taken down across this country range from wire fraud, money laundering, extortion, robbery, illegal gambling. This FBI...
Yep, extortion. That's exactly why RICO was created. Okay? You think these guys were just running numbers back in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s? No, they weren't. The loan sharks were specifically tied to the gambling operations. When people get fucked up and they lose everything, they lose money they can't afford to lose. Now, I'm gonna need a favor. You know? Yeah. I'm gonna need a favor. Look at that. I'm gonna bring this shit up so y'all can see the caption. Extortion, robbery, illegal gambling. This is why I don't gamble like that no more, to be honest with you. Can't trust nobody.
Leave no room for any perpetrator of crime across this country. You hear a lot about our work of defending the homeland and crushing violent crime. Well, this work is also representative of a colossal portion of the FBI's mandate to keep America safe and to keep our entertainment industry fair and secure. The men and women that are standing up here today worked tireless hours, days, months, and years. And the fraud is mind-boggling. It's not hundreds of dollars. It's not thousands of dollars. It's not tens of thousands of dollars. It's not even millions of dollars. We're talking about tens of millions of dollars.
Yes. Tens of millions of fucking dollars. Tens of millions of dollars. Remember, if you have a sure thing when you're placing a bet, what up, Big Brenda? If you got a sure thing when you're placing a bet, you can bet whatever you want, as much as you want. And it don't even have to be the players placing these bets. They just do a favor.
Fraud and theft and robbery across a multi-year investigation. And we could not have done it without our interagency partners that are before us today. The NYPD, HSI, and teams of law enforcement officials from around the country made this day possible. It takes a team to bring this kind of justice, sweeping justice, into the halls of the United States courtrooms, where our brave United States attorney has led this prosecution. It takes courageous prosecutors to stand before you and say, we will not allow this kind of illicit activity to happen, not only at the national sporting level, but also where it hides in La Casa Nostra. And when these two collided together, they perpetrated a fraud that is historic in terms of not just money, but the scheme and the deceit that they utilize to steal and swindle people for money, to include crypto fraud. This is an operation that showcases to you that under President Trump's administration, there is no room for any type of criminal behavior, be it on the world's largest stage or in the back rooms of tiny parlors where card games are being played. We are proud to stand here today with the men and women of the FBI.
And make no mistake about it, this ain't a Trump administration thing. They've been cracking down on this shit ever since the Obama administration. If you guys remember, there was a movie a few years back called Runner Runner. It had Ben Affleck, it had Justin Timberlake in it, right? And that actually spoke to what Obama cracked down on. We called that shit Black Friday in the poker community. It was when everybody that was playing online poker in the United States of America, all of their accounts were frozen. You couldn't even log on and play anymore if you weren't playing for play money. You couldn't even log in. All right. They found out that not only were they running a fucking Ponzi scheme, meaning players would just put deposits into their online accounts and play on that shit. That shit was literally just numbers on a computer screen. That was all. When they audited the accounts, a company called Full Tilt Poker, I think it was another one called UltimateBet.net, and a few other ones. That company, Full Tilt that is, was supposed to have a total of $640 million in player assets. Now, I know this for a fact because I was playing on a few of these sites, and I would never let my shit go up more than like $1,000, and I would just cash the fuck out. Because I was like, there's got to be a reason why they needed like extra shit for me to be able to cash out more than $3,000. So I was like, I'm not even going to let it go that high. I'm not even going to let it go that high. Y'all going to pay me. Oh, yeah. And when they paid you out through like Western Union and shit. It was weird. They would take payments, however. You can do it with your credit card. You do it with your debit card. You can send the money through Western Union. You can do all types of shit to send the money. But they can only pay you out just a handful of ways. Just a few different ways. What up, Beachy? But either way, when they audited Full Tilt, the company was supposed to have $640 million in assets. And when they got a hold of the account numbers, subpoenaed the bank statements, they found out it was only $40 million in that account. So where'd the other $600 million go? To this day, nobody fucking knows. Ain't that about a bitch? So on top of those motherfuckers just taking deposits and giving people all types of phony pseudo bonuses and shit, they're like, yeah, for every $500 you deposit, we'll give you an extra 100. They don't give a fuck. It's just numbers on a computer screen. On top of that, you had players that were playing on these sites against other players that had programs to be able to see all of the cards face up. That's the type of shit that was going on. Now, there were some sites that they raided. They found out shit was on the up and up. You know, they just ended up paying, I think, what Poker Stars paid. That's where I had my money. It was paid back out. They gave us 85 cents on the dollar. They said 15 cents of every dollar had to go to taxes and some other shit. No problem. Whatever. It was cool. I have not played online poker again since then. And this is back in 2010, I believe. 2010, 2011. And Manzano, before I get back into this, why does it seem like the NBA is the sport that gets the most when it comes to these gambling cases? I'm going to tell you why. Because it's the easiest one to hack and rig. It's the easiest one. Even when it comes to football, you got guys playing defense. If a motherfucker's just that much faster and a quarterback puts the damn ball where the hell it's supposed to go, hey, there ain't really much you can do. I mean, you can still call some crazy shit. You can find a way to call some shit, but it's just so bang, bang. But in the NBA, that ref can just blow that damn whistle and put somebody on the free throw line. They just do that shit. You know? And these guys they teach you to shoot free throws when you're 6, 7 fucking years old. That ain't shit. So when you talking about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 point spreads and shit, it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing for a referee to either blow that whistle or for a motherfucker to just clank a free throw here and there off the side iron. Ain't nothing. Ain't nothing for a motherfucker to just, oh shit, I lost the ball, whatever, fuck it. You know, miss a layup on purpose. Just shoot a three. Just pop and shoot a three on the damn pick and roll when you know damn well you got your small forward cutting to the basket wide the fuck open. Fuck it. I'm gonna just shoot one of these shits. High arc and rainbow. Fuck it. I ain't even gonna look at the basket. Fuck it. You know? Ain't nothing. It's the easiest game to do that shit with.
FBI and this legal team. And to the United States Attorney, I just want to thank you personally for taking the time to display the work that the media is about to hear about today in detail. As I said, it does take courageous prosecutors, but it takes a courageous United States Attorney to bring this case because we are going to take heat for it. But we don't shy away in this administration. We don't say no. What we do is we bring the results across the finish line. We bring them to the public. We bring you accountability. And yes, they will have their day in court, and you will hear the evidence through the court system exclusively. We will not deny anyone a due process.
This is a fucking easy W for him because this shit been going on. Yep, and the other way around too. Ain't nothing to just let a motherfucker blow right by you. Ain't shit. Get a little lackadaisical with the defense. Ain't nothing.
Yes, and that's the brilliance of this system. That's the brilliance of this administration. Everyone will be held to account. So with that, I turn it over to United States Attorney Nosella. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Patel. To be clear, we're announcing today indictments in 2 major cases, both involving fraud. One involves sports betting, and the other involves illegal gambling, very specifically rigged poker games. The first indictment involves 6 defendants who are alleged to have participated in one of the most brazen sports corruption schemes since online sports betting became widely legalized in the United States. This scheme is an insider sports betting conspiracy that exploited confidential information about National Basketball Association athletes and teams. The second indictment involves 31 defendants alleged to have participated in a nationwide scheme to rig illegal poker games.
So to answer your question, Black Pearl, or was that cynical one, whoever asked me, Was Gilbert Arenas? He was the first fucking domino. It's always a dumbass motherfucker that gets your game busted. Trust me, I've seen it. Back when I used to bartend, we used to have a game going on in the back. And they would do just what Gilbert was doing. Came, because usually you don't buy a poker table because them shits be flimsy and shit like that. You have to have it built and bolted to the fucking ground so that way it can hold all them damn chips without shit just falling over. They would have food, they would have girls, they would have planted players, a planted dealer, a couple ducks, all of that. The house would take a rake. A rake is a piece of every pot that gets played, every hand that gets played. So every time a hand was played, the house would take about $6. Doesn't sound like much, but it takes anywhere between maybe 1 and 3 minutes to play a hand. So you do the math on how much money they would steal. Not even steal. I mean, that casinos do this shit any fucking way. But how much money they would literally take off of the table, regardless of who the hell is winning, over the course of 12, 13 hours. These games would go from 7, 8 in the evening to 9, 10, 11 a.m. the next morning. What's up, real Neptunes fans? So you do the math. We'll even say, for the sake of argument, that every hand took 2 minutes. And they're taking $6 every fucking hand. $180 an hour. And this ain't even on that level. Wasn't no ball players in that shit. Times 14 hours. And that's just the rake. Add that along with the planted players just taking motherfuckers' money. Guys doing what's called squeeze plays. No, that's not the buy-in. Brenda, that's the rake. That's what the house is taking off of the table just to run the game. Okay? That's the house's fee. The buy-in might be $200-300 or some shit. Minimum buy-in. So you add that to what motherfuckers were losing. House would probably make about an extra $2,000-3,000 a night in just rake. Because that's what they do. They put a little slit in the table. And they usually take like a bucket or some shit. And they tape that shit or bolt it, if you, depending on who the fuck put the table together. They put that shit underneath the slit. And they take a $5 chip and a $1 chip every fucking hand off of the table, right out of the pot, and put it in there. And because 6 out of 10 of those dudes were on the same damn team, they giving signals, they're squeezing like, hey, I'll raise, he'll call, you re-raise, I'll fold, whatever. We'll just squeeze this fucker out of the pot and we'll just take his fucking money. Yeah. $2,500 right there, plus the couple of $1,000, $3,000 that motherfuckers would just lose. Those two or three dudes would just lose. And they were doing this shit every night. Every night. So imagine what's going on when you have millionaires at the table. Like I say, you add that 2,500 to the extra 2,000 or 3,000 that they steal from the players. Yes, that is illegal. That is illegal unless you have a licensed casino, like license under the Gaming Commission. You actually have a gaming license and you're legally able to run that game. That is highly illegal. Now, you can play a poker game legally in your house. It's not a problem. It becomes illegal when you take that rake. When you take this part right here. And then when the rigging of the game, the hacked shuffle machines, the planted players, the loan sharking, all of that shit comes into play, that's when it becomes racketeering. You with me? Because when a motherfucker ends up losing, because I used to have to do this as the bartender, as the head bartender. I've had nights just in there. I wouldn't even be in the room while these assholes were playing cards. I've had nights where we ran out of cash between the safe and the cash register because we're giving poker players cash advances on all of the money that they're fucking losing. They would be able to just swipe their damn credit cards or debit cards and get an extra $500, $1,000, what the fuck ever. You know, and the owner of that place was such a greedy fuck that he would charge these motherfuckers an extra 10% on top. Hey, you need to pull out 300. Yeah, we charging you $330. And he keep all that shit. And just go into the bank the next morning, pull out his fucking cash. And we didn't have millionaires in that game. Just so you know. But to make a long story short, before we go back into these statements, how do you think that game ended up shut down? A motherfucker ends up losing his goddamn shirt. Some random shit just keeps happening like over and over again, like it happened so many times that it can't even be random no more. Then he decides to tell the police. Because he can't go home to his wife. You know? And the cops pull a couple of players over on their way out. You know, let them get up the road, pull them over and say, hey, look, man. Tell your boys we're on to them. Shut it down or we will. So I'm pretty sure the game didn't stop. They just found another place to run it. That's it. This shit never stops.
These defendants, which include former professional athletes, are the most brazen sports corruption schemes since online sports betting became widely legalized in the United States. This scheme is an insider sports betting conspiracy that exploited confidential information about National Basketball Association athletes and teams. The second indictment involves 31 defendants alleged to have participated in a nationwide scheme to rig illegal poker games. These defendants which include former professional athletes, used high-tech cheating technology to steal millions of dollars from victims in underground poker games that were secretly fixed. The games in the New York area were backed by the Bonanno, Gambino, and Genovese crime families of La Casa Nostra.
And look, they ain't gonna give Auntie his props. I said this shit when Gilbert got fucked over and he got knocked. I said it. I'm like, your game is fixed, motherfucker. I already know that. I was 100% sure of it. That's how you got busted. Y'all check it out. The shit's still on wax. I ain't delete the stream, or if I did, I got the damn download. Your game fixed. That's how you got busted. If the game was straight up, different people would win. But because the same people keep winning and the same people keep fucking losing, motherfucker, they about to shut your shit down because somebody about to tell on you, man. A blind squirrel will find a nut from time to time. I mean, you remember Big Brenda, I was like, your game is fixed. I said it last night. Last night. The game is fixed. Yes, he was dealing with Russian mobsters. Who do you think is backing the game? And when I say backing the game, when these guys run out of fucking money, somebody got to be able to boot up that extra 25, 30,000. Ain't no problem. I know the ATM ain't going to drop it. I know you got to go holler at your broker. You got to sell some stock. You got to liquidate a little bit of something, whatever, you know? Or you got to order that shit from the bank. Don't worry. We'll get you a little bit. We'll give you a little bit to get you back even. Ain't nothing. We got cash on deck. The problem is when a motherfucker, hey, it ain't no friendly loan like, oh, you pay, you loan me 100,000 and I give you back 100,000. Nah, motherfucker. Yo, we charging you 3-4 points a week. 3-4% every week. So you'll never get even. I loan you 100,000. A week from now, you owe me 105. Oh, you don't have it all? No problem. We'll take what you got. What you only got 20? Cool. You know? Give me 20. That juice keep going up every damn week. That's what we call juice. So y'all are learning something. These other YouTubers can't tell you this shit. I'm going to tell you why. Because they fucking YouTubers. They don't know. When you hear them stories about how people gambled and got in deep with loan sharks and shit, that's what the fuck this shit's about. And then, when you talking about NBA players, they just need a favor now. Yo, the juice is too the juice is too high. You'll never get out of this shit. So, here's what we'll do. Don't even worry about it. I'll cover it for you. I'll cover it for you. But here's what I need you to do. Tomorrow night's point spread is 9 points. 9.5. Your team is favored. You better not win that game by more than 9 points. And in this case, nowadays, we got fantasy basketball and shit where you can bet on all types of shit. You can bet on one player's individual numbers. So that's it, motherfucker. You better not score more than 20. Or 16 or whatever the hell the over-under is. Don't score more than 20. You can score 19, you can score 18, but don't score more than that FanDuel shit says that your over-under is, motherfucker. That is illegal. Man, look, them loan sharks don't want to break no legs. They rather just get their money. You trust that. They damn sure don't want to break no NBA players' legs. They would rather just get their money. You know, the leg breaking is the last thing. They're likely to threaten a family member or something first. Because you're worth more. I mean, if you end up on the IR, you know what I'm saying, the injury reserve, the fuck out of here. You can't get me that real money. Because you can end up owing me 50,000, 100,000, whatever the fuck. But, you know, if you do what the fuck I told you to, I can just bet $500,000 on that shit. Ain't nothing. What up, Love? Shout out to Love Wisdom.
Well, the cases are separate. There are 3 overlapping defendants charged in both cases: Damon Jones, Eric Ernest, and Shane Hennon. The indictments in these cases contain only allegations, and the defendants are presumed innocent until they are proven guilty in a court of law. But my message to the defendants who've been rounded up today is this: your winning streak has ended. Your luck has run out. Violating the law is a losing proposition, and you can bet on that. First, I would like to talk about United States versus Ernest, the NBA basketball gambling case. The defendants in this case are Eric Ernest, Marvez Farley, Shane Hennon, De Niro Laster, Damon Jones, a former NBA player and coach, and Terry Rozier, a current NBA player. Other co-conspirators were previously charged for their roles in the scheme, including former NBA player Jonte Porter.
Who was busted last year for this shit. He was busted last year for betting on his own numbers. You know? And how did they find that? With an algorithm. They realized some crazy ass fucking bets, man, were just coming in all from one damn direction. Yeah, hey, Love Wisdom, you got it. That's what I mean. This is old school shit. This is old school shit. Rumor has it, allegedly, this is the shit that Michael Jordan's pops was blasted over. And all this shit be fixed. But it's the loan sharking that ends up making this, you know what I'm saying, making this shit go out of hand. Which is the racketeering. This is why there is RICO. Like, y'all really think prostitution and liquor running were the purposes? Hell nah. It was that damn gambling and loan which led to the loan sharking. Nah, Love, I'm going to correct you on that. It wasn't Jordan's father that had the huge gambling problem. Even though he did gamble, it was Jordan that had the gambling problem. Because trust me, these sharks would rather they just get their goddamn money. They don't want to hurt nobody. They rather just get paid. You know what I'm saying? But no, it was Jordan with the ridiculous gambling problem. And he was gambling on everything. From golf, which were fixed games. Make no mistake about it. Them golf games were fixed. And when I say fixed, he was playing games he had no chance to fucking win. This motherfucker was playing an unknown, no-name motherfucker that played damn near as good as Tiger Woods. He couldn't fucking win. He was also playing poker games. Pretty much anything you can compete on. Yep. There's even a rumor saying that's why Juanita got sick of that shit and was like, look, we're done. This is a rumor. This is alleged. But there was a rumor like, yo, Juanita got a couple of times. She got like a few pictures of her kids at school and shit. And it's like, look, I can't deal with this shit. Because they think just because you ridiculous. And with Jordan, they actually showed the receipts. They showed $500,000, $600,000, $150,000 checks that he had to write to cover gambling losses. And this, hey, and love wisdom. This is Gambino crime. They implicated the Gambino crime family, which is John Gotti's people in this shit. Who, like I said, who do y'all think backs these games? So make no mistake about it. Gilbert Arenas wasn't shit but a pawn. This is alleged, but at the same time, I told y'all that day when his ass got let right out of jail and this dumb motherfucker was dancing on the motherfucking steps, talking shit. I'm like, nigga, you told. You told. Telling ass nigga. But that's what happens when the feds threaten you with all that fucking time. What you gonna do? They will hide your ass. So that's it. Give us the names. That's it. Just give us some fucking names. Matter of fact, we know you ain't got no names. Just tell us where you about to meet somebody. Tell us how you getting paid. Whatever. Describe a car to us. That's just one of the reasons why. The nigga sold that shit because he's stupid. But he was running a fixed poker game too.
In December 2022 and March 2024, these defendants perpetrated a scheme to defraud by betting on inside, non-public information about NBA athletes and teams. The non-public information included when specific players would be sitting out future games, or when they would pull themselves out early for purported injuries or illnesses.
That's where the coaches come into play, i.e. Chauncey Billups, i.e. Damon Jones. So y'all wonder why these guys are just load managing and shit? Yeah. We're just gonna sit you tonight. Ain't nothing. We're gonna put you on a minutes restriction. Ain't nothing. That way you can't get the allotted points. Game time decision.
They relied on corrupt individuals, including Jones and Rosier. They also misused information obtained through long-standing friendships that they had with NBA players and coaches. And in at least one instance, they got their information by threatening a current player, Porter, because of his pre-existing gambling debts. Defendants used this non-public information to place hundreds of thousands of dollars in fraudulent bets, mostly in...
Hey, Sot Passe, shout out to Sot Passe. No, it ain't one at a time. They got 30 of them niggas this morning. 30 of them. And I'm glad they did. I'm glad they did. Basketball been fucked up. And we knew something wasn't right. We knew something wasn't right with this shit, man. Because I'm an old school basketball fan. I'm like, yo, this shit ain't right, man. Y'all motherfuckers ain't competing. And when they talking about Jonte Porter, yeah, they threatened that motherfucker. Told his ass what the hell to do. I didn't even watch ESPN today. I don't give a fuck what Stephen A. Smith got to say. I give a fuck what these feds got to say, man.
The form of prop bets on individual player performance. The bets were placed through online sports books and also in person at casinos. The defendants relied on a network of straw bettors to place the maximum amount of bets to increase their potential profits. Most of these bets succeeded, and the intended losses were in the millions of dollars. The defendants then laundered their illegal winnings in various ways: peer-to-peer platforms, bank wires, and simple cash exchanges.
Peer-to-peer platforms, i.e. podcasts. Charitable foundations. The nonprofit sector is extremely lucrative. No doubt. Montana Realty Company. Make it out to them. Yeah. Money laundering. All that shit, dog. All of it.
The indictment details specific examples where the defendants profited from illegal gambling and illegal betting on various NBA games about the performance of players on, among other things, the Charlotte Hornets, the Portland Trail Blazers, the Los Angeles Lakers, and the Toronto Rangers. Each defendant in the NBA basketball gambling case has been charged with conspiracy to commit wire fraud and conspiracy to commit money laundering. Now, I would like to turn to the other case, United States versus Aiello, the rigged poker game case. Beginning as early as 2019, the defendants in this case...
So y'all just heard about stat padding, point shaving, okay, extortion, robbery, all right? Now, you're about to hear about the illegal poker shit. The shit that I've seen firsthand.
Orchestrated a scheme to use wireless cheating technology to run rigged poker games across the United States, including in the Hamptons, Las Vegas, Miami, and Manhattan. The scheme targeted victims known as, quote, fish.
Yeah, fish, ducks. That's it. 1 against 7. Ducks. Show up with all your money. You thinking you playing against every man for itself. No, it's not. It's you against everybody. They playing together. You on your own. Dealer included.
Often lured to participate in these rigged games by the chance to play alongside former professional athletes who were known as, quote, face cards. The so-called face cards included the defendant Chauncey Billups, who at the time of the scheme was a former NBA player and is currently the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, and also Damon Jones, a former NBA player and coach. What the victims, the fish, didn't know is that everybody else at the poker game, from the dealer to the players, including the face cards, were in on the scam.
Bam! Look, this is the first time I'm even watching this. I've been busy working all fucking day, but I knew that because I seen the shit, man. I hate to say I told you so. Everybody be thinking Ant crazy, but no, Ant's, well, maybe I am a little crazy, but still, look, I told you, everybody's in on the shit. They are not leaving that much money up to chance. You show up with $100,000, $200,000, or and willing to lose $300,000. They are about to take your fucking money and split that shit. That is the come up of a lifetime.
Once the game was underway, the defendants fleeced the victims out of tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars per game. The defendants used a variety of very sophisticated cheating technologies, some of which were provided by other defendants in exchange for a share of the profits from this.
Yeah. All types of shit. Marked cards, hacked shuffling equipment, RFID readers, hidden pocket cameras, everything. Motherfucker, you think a motherfucker just like wearing shades at the poker table? No. No, them shits got black, like that shit got black light technology in them. You can actually see what the cards are behind them damn shades. Nigga done seen it all, man. Miss me with the bullshit. Get them. Man, I hope all these niggas do time. Fuck them.
Scheme. For example, they used off-the-shelf shuffling machines that had been secretly altered in order to read the cards in the deck, predict which player at the table had the best poker hand, and relay that information to an off-site operator. The off-site operator sent
now,
the information.
I'm going to show you something. It's amazing that just last week, a show came out called Wired, right? I'm going to show you this on a channel called Wired. It's a channel for hackers. I'm going to show y'all something. Right here.
And in a moment, I'll put his technique to the test by trying to cheat these unsuspecting poker players in a real game of Texas Hold'em. But first, I want to understand how the shuffler works.
This is the Deckmate 2 card shuffler that you hacked 2 years ago.
This is the most popular card shuffler. You're going to see it in every major poker room. It's even used in the World Series of Poker. It actually sits flush. This is what's next to your knees under the table.
How does the Deckmate 2 work internally? Like, is it actually the same way that I would like take a deck and riffle, shuffle it like this? Is it doing that mechanically inside?
No, actually it has 20, 23, or 26 different shelves, and it will generate a random number. So it'll say, okay, this first card I'm going to process, I'm going to put that in position 3. Next one, I'm going to put that in position 12. And it will eventually just produce a deck. It's really used to make sure that the casino just gets more hands an hour. Technically, the shuffler has the capability to completely sort a deck in order, ace to king, every suit. Let me show you. See the door opened here. And now we wait.
And the dealer just pulls the deck out of this little container at the top.
Correct.
Yeah, dealer just pulls a deck, and every time there's another hand, he just puts the other deck in that motherfucker. He just pulls it out and just cuts it. Okay, he just cuts it. So you would think, hey, if he cuts the cards, it can't be hacked. Watch this.
Your deck.
Yeah, here we go. Perfectly consecutive now. So obviously, like, if the shuffler can order the whole deck as a kind of feature that it shows you by default, then that means that if you can hack it, you can reorder the deck and fully control the placement of every card, right?
Yeah, 100%. I actually have a fun hand that I could show you from James Bond's Casino Royale. Have you seen the movie Casino Royale?
I have.
In this scenario, Joseph was able to hack the deckmate's code so that it would reorder the deck, so that the dealer would deal out exactly the hands from the poker game in that movie scene.
I will be James Bond in this scenario.
So here we go.
The villain in the movie draws a full house, just like Joseph.
Ace is full of sixes.
But Bond has a straight flush.
Correct.
And Joseph had hacked the shuffler to give me that same winning hand.
You did this with code alone.
Yes.
In Texas Hold'em, like any kind of poker, the winner is
What
determined
up?
by who has the best hand. 3 of a kind beats 2 pair, a straight flush beats a straight. If a player can control the deck order, they can make sure that they get the best hand every time. But there's one big challenge to that approach to cheating.
So wouldn't cutting the deck ruin this whole like perfect reordering you've done?
Yeah, exactly. No, you spotted it. I did not cut the deck here.
So what if the deck is cut? What do you do then?
I actually have an interesting scenario for you. I have a mathematically solved deck.
And they gonna show you what's up, because that's what I would think. It's like, yeah, but when he cuts the deck, that fucks it up, right? Wrong. Watch this.
So if we have 4 players at the table, well, no matter what, the person sitting at the dealer button will always win.
Cool. Okay, let's see that.
Go ahead and give you the dealer button. So the way this works is a computer program was written to try to solve an order of a deck that no matter where a dealer would cut it, that position would always win.
It's a bit counterintuitive, but mathematicians have determined a way to order a deck so that a specific person at the table will have the winning hand every time, even if the deck is cut, so long as you know where at the table they're going to be sitting.
Now, back when I first started playing poker, they didn't have these machines. The dealer actually had to shuffle. It was shuffle, shuffle, box, shuffle, cut. The dealer had to shuffle and cut the cards, right? But these casinos get so fucking greedy. Like when Brenda mentioned earlier, you know, the rake right here. When they're raking $6 a hand, the house is trying to get as many hands as they can possibly get in there. All right? So if you can get rid of that 30 seconds, you know, every 2 to 3 fucking minutes, that means over the course of a day, you can get more hands in. Like you can get more hands in. So that's the purpose of the use of this technology, is so that the house can get more fucking hands in and they can blast more rake.
It's surprising that's possible.
So I'm going to go ahead and cut the deck, and we can deal.
That solved deck trick meant Joseph had actually reprogrammed the shuffler to order all the cards such that no matter where the deck is cut, I would have the best hand. In this case, 2 pair.
Queens and 9, so your 2 pair beats mine.
So this does solve the problem of cutting the deck. But it does seem like if you kept doing that, then players would get suspicious. Like, why does this guy keep winning? Why does he keep having the best hands?
Yeah, 100%. They would start asking questions. There's a much better way we can cheat. The way the sorting works is there's actually a camera inside the shuffler, and it will read the cards. And it's kind of funny because it's put in there for security purposes, so that if somebody were to remove an ace of spades and add another 7 of diamonds, it would alert the dealer. But in this case, we're actually going to take advantage that there's a camera in there to cheat.
So this would be our cheating strategy. Take advantage of the incredible fact that there's a camera inside the shuffler. Hack the machine to get access to that camera, learn the exact deck order, and send it via Bluetooth to a phone app. After all, the stealthiest way to win in poker is not to have the best hand. It's simply to know whether or not you have the best hand, so you can bet or fold.
That's exactly what I was saying. I'm like, the fuck out of here, man. Like, you can have the best hand, but if a motherfucker don't know it, that doesn't mean shit. Like, you actually have to know that shit. You know?
accordingly.
What was it that led you to want to hack the Deckmate 2 in the first place?
It really actually started with a really suspicious hand in televised poker that just had a lot of people talking about it.
In September of 2022, a scandal blew up the world of high-stakes live-streamed poker. In a hand at Los Angeles' Hustler Casino Live, a relative novice holding nothing but a jack of clubs and a 4 of hearts successfully called the bluff of a veteran player. No player could possibly have thought that her weak hand would be good enough to call a bluff, thousands of outraged poker players argued, unless the person holding it had some extra knowledge that her opponent's hand was even worse. In other words, she must have been cheating, which she denied. The casino responded with an investigation which concluded that there had been no evidence of foul play, but one little detail in the report about the card shuffler stuck out to Joseph.
specifically said it could not be compromised. And in my world, when people start saying things are unhackable or very difficult to do, well, to us, that's a bait to prove them wrong.
Joseph and a couple of colleagues spent months reverse engineering the shuffler. They bought their own Deckmate 2 for testing from a secondhand seller, and the researchers' hacking technique took advantage of how Deckmate shufflers are designed to prevent their code from being altered. The machine's firmware is designed to take a hash of its code on startup, a mathematical function that converts the code into a unique string of characters, and then checks whether that string is different from the known hash value of the unaltered code. But Joseph and his collaborators found that they could simply change that hash value too, so that the hash of the altered code matches and no change is detected. Even then though, a poker cheating hacker would still need a way to get access to a shuffler's internals to install their code. Joseph found one, the USB port. It turns out that the Deckmate 2 has a USB port that often sits exposed under the table.
So as long as we're able to reach under and plug this little device into a USB port, we're golden.
So how does this work?
So essentially, this is just a miniature computer. And what it will do is we'll plug it into the machine and it will compromise it, rewrite the code, and start communicating with a cell phone. So the way we do that is right here on the back of the shuffler is a USB port. So we could either walk up to a live game and plug the device in, or if we had access to the device before any players showed up, we could even hide it inside internally. All we have to do is reach down and plug this thing in. The shuffler is going to actually be flush with the table, and the ports are going to be down by your knee. In a poker room, there's so much going on, people changing seats.
Nobody's looking underneath a fucking poker table, bro. Nobody is, unless you drop something underneath that bitch.
It's really common to drop some chips or something, reach down, and just plug something in. I chose to use this device, but we could even use a malicious Android phone and just plug a phone in, say we're charging it.
So you can charge your phone
In that port, in the middle of a game.
Yeah, people in poker tournaments will regularly plug their phones into casino equipment.
So then how does it help you cheat?
This device has a Bluetooth module, and it will wirelessly connect to this phone. And every time a deck gets shuffled, it will get the exact order from the camera and send it to me.
So then you know the order after the deck has been shuffled, but doesn't it cut again?
Actually, the app solves that problem. Once we receive our hand, we can look at it, enter the details we need, and we'll know the order.
In other words, Joseph's app
That's it. So even when the dealer cuts the cards, the dealer can cut the cards. The machine already knows the order of the fucking cards. So all you have to do is just plug in the 2 cards you got. Into the fucking app. And that shit'll tell you what everybody else got and what the fuck is coming out. It's bullshit. Right here.
has a way around the problem of a dealer cutting the deck. The cheater or their partner can enter into the app the 2 cards in their hands. With just the knowledge of those cards, the app can determine where in the deck the dealer has cut to. That's enough for the app to tell the cheater every hand that the players will end up with after all the cards are dealt. A player messing with their phone in the middle of a game is often against casino rules, so we decided to try a scheme where Joseph looks at his 2 cards and then folds. Once he's out of the game, he's allowed to pick up his phone, and then he can use the app to see who will win and signal to me how to bet.
The moment it comes out and I see my 2 cards.
Boom. And there you go. Because casinos usually have that rule. You cannot be on your phone during a hand. So, it's all good. You just let somebody fold their goddamn hand, and then they can get on their phone and tell somebody else that's still in the hand without a phone, give them some signals. Hey, tell everybody what the fuck is going on.
Cards will know every single person's hand.
When Joseph and his team presented this vulnerability 2 years ago, I reached out to the manufacturer, a firm called Shufflemaster. A spokesperson for Shufflemaster's parent company, Light & Wonder, told me at the time that Joseph's hacking technique was unrealistic in an actual casino setting. The company didn't even mention whether it planned to fix the shuffler's security vulnerabilities. As we prepared to test out how a hacked shuffler can in fact let a player cheat in a real game of poker, as you'll see in a moment,
It's a crazy little hand.
I reached out to the company again to see if they had fixed their security flaws in the 2 years since they were revealed. This time, a spokesperson for Light & Wonder responded and said they've now patched those security flaws in virtually every shuffler in use in casinos today by updating their firmware. But Joseph was still skeptical. After all, the machines have no mechanism to receive software updates over the internet.
they would need a technician to go and apply a firmware update. Now, maybe that happened. They could also just be implying that they disabled the USB port, but in reality, we could use the Ethernet port. There's a number of ways to pull this off. And even if they do that, that does not fix the issue of a maintenance person pulling this off. Because once you have access to the internals, it's kind of game over.
To get another opinion about this, I spoke to Doug Polk, a YouTuber and card house owner in Austin, Texas.
So these shuffle machines, I've seen them all over the place, frankly. I've seen them from the largest, most legitimate established casinos all the way down to people's home games.
So Doug, how do you feel about the Deckmate 2 card shuffler? Like, do you trust this thing?
The Deckmate 2 in a casino location, you shouldn't be too scared of. They have all these casino contracts, so they have licensed people fixing problems that there might be. The problem is once someone has a Deckmate 2 on a black market or a secondary market, they are now no longer being upkept by the company itself. Some guy is just basically in the back fixing the machine and then putting it on the table. I have heard so many cheating stories of people using these to cheat players out of their money when it's not happening at a casino location. In fact, I've even heard of stories where at major casinos, there were issues at play with the Deckmate 2. If there's a camera that knows the cards, there is always some kind of underlying threat. Customers are going to be essentially at the mercy of the person setting up the machine.
What if you like show up to somebody's private game or you're in and
see what I'm saying? Now, Doug Polk is well known amongst the poker community, you know what I'm saying, a blogger, a vlogger, and also just a well-accomplished poker pro. He's made tens of millions of dollars, you know, playing. You said, how do the rigged ones get into the casino? No, what they're saying is every one of those machines has a USB port. So every table usually has a shuffle machine. And of course, I know New just mentioned, you know, the casinos use 4 decks. That's for blackjack. Usually the casinos use between 4 and 8 decks for blackjack. But those are a little tougher to hack, you know, just because though that's a house game. Now, all somebody has to do is drop chips, you know, drop chips, go down, plug some shit into the USB port or the Ethernet port or whatever, be slick about it, whatever, and then just get up and keep playing. That's it. Every table's already got one. So they don't rig them ahead of time. You know, you rig the shit once it's there already.
unlicensed card house of some kind, and you see that there's
now apparently, for what they're saying over here, Gilbert Arenas, these other players, they had that goddamn machine already in their fucking home games. Those shits were rigged already. I'm going to spin the block and I'm going to let y'all listen to this.
Targeted victims known as, quote, fish, who were often lured to participate in these rigged games by the chance to play alongside former professional athletes who were known as, quote, face cards. The so-called face cards included the defendant Chauncey Billups, who at the time of the scheme was a former NBA player and is currently the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, and also Damon Jones, a former NBA player and coach. What the victims, the fish, didn't know is that everybody else at the poker game, from the dealer to the players, including the face cards, were in on the scam. Once the game was underway, the defendants fleeced the victims out of tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars per game. The defendants used a variety of very sophisticated cheating technologies, some of which were provided by other defendants in exchange for a share of the profits from the scheme. For example, they used off-the-shelf shuffling machines that had been secretly altered in order to read the cards in the deck, predict which player at the table had the best poker hand, and relay that information to an off-site operator. The off-site operator sent the information via cell phone back to a co-conspirator at the table, and that person at the table was known as the quarterback. The quarterback then signaled secretly the information he had received from others to others at the table, And together, they use that information in order to win their games.
Now, I'm going to show y'all something, right? You think it's ironic that Wired just dropped this video 13 days ago? Just 13 days ago. And now they done charge 30 motherfuckers? Just dropped it 13 days ago. Came and got him.
The Deckmate 2 being used. What do you do?
If you're showing up at a private game and there's a shuffler, I would say you should run for the hills.
We weren't given permission by any casino to replicate the test on their property, so we're going off the strip to set up a private game in a casino-like environment, a dealer training school in Las Vegas, where I'm going to play against real players who don't know that the odds are stacked against them. But before we try this experiment, I need a game plan on how to cheat like a pro. So I went to see Sal Piacenti, a security consultant who advises casinos on cheating.
So how are people cheating in casinos in the real world?
Depends on the game. You know, in dice, you're switching dice, you're sliding dice. In Baccarat, you're doing false shuffles where the dealers are mixed of cards. There are so many ways of cheating at poker.
How do you deal with the fact that the deck's going to get cut?
Well, there's a way of beating a cut. They call it a pass. So a pass looks like this. I just set the deck up. There's my jack of spades on top. So now you would cut the deck. When you cut, that jack is I'm in.
And now it's time to test if Joseph's exploit can be pulled off in an actual high-stakes game of Texas Hold'em. And Sal will be watching us on monitors in another room. As we settle into our places at the table, I mentally run through everything to make sure we're straight. Joseph's USB hacking device is in place. He has the app running on his phone. When everything was ready, we brought in our unsuspecting poker players, a couple of friendly Las Vegas locals named El and Fernando. They're unaware of the experiment, that Joseph and I know each other, or that anyone will be cheating. The dealer pulls a freshly shuffled deck from the Deckmate 2 and cuts it. It's time to play.
My strategy at the moment will be to look at my 2 cards, fold, and then I can pull out my phone, enter the details I need, and then I can start signaling to Andy and make sure that he wins as much money as we can.
It's up to you.
And I'm
Fold? Okay.
Early on, I could see our hacked shuffler cheating system was working. Joseph folded, picked up his phone, and started playing with 3 chips in his hand. He was signaling to me to bet.
So it's up to you. Check, Andy?
I think I will actually bet.
6 to stand.
6 to stay in.
Yeah, okay. Turn ace.
Check.
I'll bet.
6. Action to you.
Okay, check.
Check. 6.
I don't like it. I fold. It's all yours, buddy.
And sure enough, I won the hand with a straight.
Money's not real. I'm still sweating though. I don't know why.
Even though I was cheating, or maybe because I was cheating, I found I was incredibly nervous. On other hands, Joseph and I flubbed our communications. At one point, I misread his signal and folded when I had a winning hand, and he looked at me like I was an idiot.
I'll fold. I'll fold. I'll fold. I'm out.
More than an hour into our 3-hour game, I kept drawing nothing but bad hands.
All right, I'll fold. Joseph's loosening up.
It was clear to me that even though I had a hacker on my side, luck was not. After all, we'd hacked the shuffler to let me know when I had a good hand, not to actually deal me one. Fernando, on the other hand, seemed to be on a hot streak. Just from paying antes and folding on all my losing hands, my pile of chips was dwindling, and his was growing. To make matters worse, Joseph forgot at one point that he was supposed to signal to me with his left hand, and I couldn't see how many chips he was holding in his right hand. I had to not so subtly remind him.
Joseph, are you left-handed?
No.
Okay.
Were the other players onto us? Would Sal, who was on the security cam, spot what we were doing? Most worrying of all, it started to seem like I might cheat and still lose. After more than an hour of watching my stack of chips shrink, I finally got the hidden signal from Joseph to raise. I could see this might be my last chance, and Fernando, feeling confident, seemed ready to match my bets. I went all in.
10-8, what do you have?
Ace high. Not very pretty hands, but it'll work.
You're getting spicy over here. You see the ace and you're just like, nah, I'm not folding this thing.
Just feeling
Ace.
lucky.
Nice hand.
A few minutes later,
Motherfucker just called off all of his shit with nothing. He ain't have no fucking hand, no draw. He just called it off anyway because he knew he was going to win.
to Joseph's signal, I called a big bet from Elle.
That's 40,000.
Even if I didn't go.
I think that's the rest. She's all in.
You're kind of all in on the next
Yeah.
hand, right? What do you guys got? Pair of fours, take it. You weren't scared of the jack, huh?
No.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks for all the money.
Not long after that, I got the signal from Joseph to bet big again.
I'll do 40.
40,000.
Spicy.
I'll call that.
You can do whatever I want, right? So I'll
Yeah,
make
pretty
it
much.
100.
100,000's the bet.
Yikes. Here we go.
Moment of truth.
It's a crazy little hand.
I'm gonna do another 100,000.
Another 100,000.
You guys are aggressive.
Right?
All right.
They don't.
You're calling, dude?
Yeah, I'm calling.
He's calling.
What do you guys have?
When the cards came out, Fernando had a pair of aces, but I had surprised him with a straight on the river. A pretty shocking hand that
Yeah,
nearly
it's some dumb lucky shit. Dumb lucky shit. That motherfucker could only win with a 7 or a deuce at the end. Look, I'm not gonna go any further. Oh, but look at the look on this motherfucker face. He like, what the fuck? Like, you gotta know some shit in order to get that lucky. And of course he does. He knew he had to win it in.
cleaned Fernando out.
You guys so lucky. Were you bluffing the whole time?
Yeah, he got lucky at the end.
I'm sorry, that was kind of ridiculous. I owe you an apology, but I'll take it.
It's the semi-bluff, you know? You bluff until you make it.
Before long,
Go all in.
All in.
it was all over.
2 pair.
That's
Yep.
It was time to bring Elle back in and come clean.
Welcome back.
I have to confess, both of you are far better poker players than I am, and I was cheating this whole game. I guess the question is, can you tell how I was cheating?
I did not tell anything was up.
Maybe you looked at your phone a couple times. I don't know.
Actually, it was Joseph who was looking at his phone. It was the shuffler. The shuffler was hacked. It transmitted via Bluetooth the exact order of the deck to Joseph's phone.
Wow.
He was then signaling to me whether I should bet or fold, because honestly, I'm a terrible poker player. I have no idea what I'm doing.
After our players left, we brought in Sal to get his thoughts.
That was fantastic. Gentlemen, that was great. It worked beautifully. You're a dangerous individual, my friend. I wouldn't want to be against you.
Sal, you have seen thousands of hours of actual surveillance footage, including of people cheating. Watching this, as you were this whole time, how do you think this rates? Like, what did you think of this as a scam?
I thought it was right on top. I mean, there's nothing to see.
We were playing it very aggressively. If we had had more time and just like played more conservatively with a smaller edge, I think it could have been even stealthier, right?
Totally. There's no doubt this would have went on undetected.
The real story here isn't just about cheating at poker. It's about trust. As we add more digital smart components to everything from our household products to cars to medical devices, all of it becomes more vulnerable to surveillance and manipulation.
There you go. So we're going to go back into this indictment, but that's likely what the fuck they were doing with those shuffle machines.
For a share of the profits from the scheme. For example, they used off-the-shelf shuffling machines that had been secretly altered in order to read the cards in the deck, predict which player at the table had the best poker hand, and relay that information to an off-site operator. The off-site operator sent the information via cell phone back to a co-conspirator at the table, and that person at the table was known as the quarterback. The quarterback then signaled secretly the information he had received from others to others at the table, and together they used that information in order to win their games and to cheat the victims. Defendants used other cheating technologies such as poker chip tray analyzers, which is a poker chip tray that secretly reads cards using a hidden camera, special contact lenses or eyeglasses that could read pre-marked cards.
Which that shit ain't even new. That shit ain't even new. Motherfuckers done seen that shit for years. Motherfuckers having you know, like I said, black light shit, contact lenses, shades, all of that shit. Appreciate you, Black Pearl. Shout out to Black Pearl. You know, appreciate that. $5 holla, $5 ball for you, boy. Thank you so much, Black Pearl. Looking out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, hey, follow her lead. You know what I'm saying? Look out for your boy. Hit the super chat. Cash App's available. Buymeacoffee.com too. But yeah, real shit. You know, That shit ain't new. They done had that shit forever.
And an X-ray table that could read cards face down on the
RFID technology.
table. What you see depicted on the screen right now is an example of the X-ray table that reveals the cards. Although they are face down on the table, they can be read because of the X-ray technology. The Mafia, specifically members and associates of the Bonanno, Gambino, and Genovese organized crime families, had pre-existing control over non-rigged, illegal poker games around New York City. As a result, they also became involved in the rigged poker games, helping to organize the games and taking a cut of the proceedings, and working to enforce the collection of debts. The defendants laundered their proceeds, including through cash exchanges, the use of multiple shell companies, and through cryptocurrency transfers. As part of the scheme, some of the defendants and their co-conspirators also committed acts of violence, including the gunpoint robbery of a person in order to obtain a rigged shuffling machine, and extortions that were perpetrated against victims in order to ensure that they repaid their gambling debts. Defendants who participated in the rigged poker scheme are charged with wire fraud conspiracy. Other defendants have been charged with crimes including illegal gambling, money laundering, Hobbs Act robbery, and extortions. This case demonstrates our office's unrelenting commitment to fighting the scourge of organized crime in whatever form it takes. I'd like to conclude my remarks by thanking the incredible hard work of our law enforcement partners, including the FBI, Homeland Security, the NYPD, and the Waterfront Commission. I also want to thank the dedicated prosecutors who built these two cases and who are standing to my right. Benjamin Weintraub, David Bourbon, Caitlin Farrell, Michael Gibaldi, Irisa Chen, and Sean Sherman. They had the assistance of paralegal specialists Liam McNett, John Schneider, Marlene Bosler. Also deserving of our thanks because of their outstanding investigative work on the NBA case are FBI Special Agents Russell Lantier, Dominic Mariani, Amy Giaroso, Shane Wilkins, and Supervisory Special Agent Luke Hardison. On the rigged poker game scheme, outstanding work was performed by FBI Special Agents Thomas Cribbin, Jeff Boriola, Jonathan Corona, Alexander Silverman, Amy Campanaro, and Supervisory Special Agent Michael Malahi, as well as NYPD Task Officer James McCullough, and from Homeland Security, Supervisory Special Agent Charles Freund, and from the Waterfront Commission, Detective Paul Shimborski. Finally, I want to note that the investigations in both cases are ongoing, and we encourage anyone with information about either scheme to please contact the FBI. Now I would like to turn the podium over to Special Agent in charge of the New York Field Office, I should say the Assistant Director in charge of the New York Field Office of the FBI, Christopher Rea. Chris?
All right, thank you, Joe. As always, we appreciate the partnership here. Can't do any of this without you and your team, so thank you.
I'm glad they done busted these motherfuckers and these pasty face ass crackers, bro, that been robbing these damn poker games for years, bro. Years. Cause ain't none of this shit new.
Publicly thank the director for coming down from DC. The director's a very busy person. And for him to come down should tell you the importance of this historic case. I'm Christopher Rea, the Assistant Director in charge of the FBI New York Field Office. Today, as you've heard, our office conducted a massive nationwide takedown from 2 indictments of 34 defendants for their alleged involvement in 2 separate illegal poker and sports betting schemes where, as you heard, the odds were rigged in their favor. Among these defendants are 13 members and associates of the Bonanno, Gambino, and Genovese crime families, to include capos and soldiers from these families. Additionally, as you heard, current and former NBA coaches and players are also implicated, to include Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier. 3 of the named defendants are charged for their alleged roles in both schemes. This alleged illegal gambling operation hustled unwitting victims out of tens of millions of dollars and created a financial pipeline for La Cosa Nostra to help fund and facilitate their organized criminal activity. Victims were attracted to play alongside well-known professional athletes and coaches like Chauncey Billups, only to be unknowingly deceived through rigged shuffling machines, fixing the odds in their favor, as alleged and as you just heard from the U.S. Attorney's Office. This alleged scheme wreaked havoc across the nation, exploiting the notoriety of some and the wallets of many to fund the Italian crime families here in New York. Let me be clear about this fact. The FBI has not and will never take their eye off the ball when it comes to Italian organized crime in this city, specifically the LCN and the 5 families here in New York. We are not going to permit any criminal enterprise, whether it be Italian organized crime, Asian organized crime, Eurasian organized crime. We're not going to permit any of those organized crimes, families, and organizations to operate in our city or our country, as evidenced by the 11 states that were also participating.
And that's racketeering. What up, Big Cap? That's RICO. That's what the fuck that shit was put in place for. That's real organized crime. All you bitch niggas, all these niggas that are on fucking YouTube, oh, gangster. That's some gangster shit. What the fuck you know about organized crime? Gangsters specialize in organized crime. These are real gangsters. This shit is a foreign language to these niggas. But yet they want to just throw around terms like gangster. You niggas ain't shit. And I'm not saying you gotta take part in that shit, but if you don't even know what the fuck, how that shit works, don't tell me shit about being a gangster, being a real nigga. You know, fuck out of here, man. Y'all just some dumbass niggas that found your way to the internet. Likely, y'all are the fish, the marks, and the fucking ducks. I'm gangster. They're gangster. Gangster. No. These motherfuckers are gangsters. Capos, also known as capo regimes, soldiers, real families getting shit done. Motherfuckers is loan sharking, racketeering, fixing games, trafficking. All right, X. Dope, drugs, motherfucker, bro. I heard about some actual gangster ass motherfuckers. These motherfuckers were skimming gas stations. They were taking like 7 or 8 cents off of every gallon of gas that was sold off gas stations. Like literally fixing fucking pumps and shit. And they was making millions of dollars doing that. That's gangster shit. I don't know what the fuck these niggas be talking about when it comes to being gangster. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and the feds will hide your ass over that shit. If your ass is going to the motherfucking county, for the most part, if that shit is even in the jurisdiction of your local police or sheriffs, fuck nigga, you ain't gangster. You're just an idiot that's risking his freedom for $1. I'm just saying.
Participating in this operation today. The FBI office here in New York remains committed to eradicating all unlawful revenue streams fueling this criminal activity. As with most cases we've worked, this is only the tip of the iceberg for the FBI and the U.S. Attorney's Office. Our LCN squad agents and analysts are continuing to work day and night with the Eastern District of New York to ensure members and associates of the 5 families cannot continue to wreak havoc in our communities. Today would not have been possible without the tireless efforts and dedication of the FBI New York Eurasian Organized Crime Task Force, which, as you heard, was led by Supervisory Special Agent Luke Hardison, and the Italian Organized Task Force, which was led by Supervisory Special Agent Mike Malahi. And coincidentally, Supervisory Special Agent Malahi is going out on a positive as he is retiring at the end of this month for 30 years of dedicated service to the FBI, and that deserves a hand. He's what we call a legend here at FBI New York. Additionally, obviously, we cannot do this alone without our partners. I want to extend my appreciation to Homeland Security Investigations Special Agent in Charge, Ricky Patel. Of course, we do nothing in this city without the NYPD. New York City Police Department Commissioner Jesse Tisch, thank you, ma'am, for all your work and all your resources that you dedicated to this. And New York Waterfront Commissioner Phoebe Soriel for their agency's assistance and support throughout the...
Yeah, they over here giving a big ass round of applause. What up, Truth?
What's good on, homie?
Man, ain't nothing, man. I'm just watching these niggas get busted. I said this shit when Gilbert got busted. I mean, I know how this shit works because I've seen it over and over again. The games get busted because the games be fixed. Yes, we are clowning these niggas. This is these niggas Thursday. Absolutely.
So give me the rundown, bro. Like from all that you know, start to finish.
No, I mean, look, these bro, this is basic racketeering. This is not new. So here's the deal. Okay, you got ex-NBA players, athletes, millionaires that are getting caught up with the mob. You know, i.e. the Gambino family and all types of other Russian mobsters and people that are doing shit. Okay, so what they do is they run an illegal poker game, okay, or other types of fucking gambling. They run it. It looks like it's on the up and up. It's supposed to be something exclusive that celebrities and known people can go to without getting mobbed by a bunch of random fucking people. Okay, it's supposed to be comfortable. Damn, man, you really gonna make me start this shit over again? Okay, so bottom line is this. They don't want to play for normal stakes that you play for in the casino. So they come in there and they play for hundreds of thousands of dollars, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of fucking dollars. Okay? Now, the game is fixed. They cannot win. You understand? There's hack shuffling equipment. Every single player is on the same team against you. All types of shit. So when you lose everything, your shirt, your watch, your life, all types of shit, you lose all the cash you got on you. Chances are you can't go pull $40,000, $50,000 out of an ATM machine at 2, 3 in the fucking morning. So you end up having to take out a loan. Who is there to back the game? Likely the mob. You know what I'm saying? They'll be able to give you, hey, $25,000, $30,000, get you even, $100,000, $50,000, whatever. You're good for it. You play in the NBA. You're a fucking millionaire. Whatever. Okay? You got a cool sanitation business, whatever the case may be. Okay? Then you end up losing that shit too. Then you take out another marker, whatever. You end up losing another 100,000, whatever. You end up losing that shit too. All right? You come back, you pay the motherfuckers their money back, because keep in mind, all the money going to the same place at the end of the night anyway. Even though you lost it, it don't go to all the motherfuckers split up your goddamn money. You with me?
Kind of. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm trying to make sure I get the full.
The shit fixed. It's a scam.
Yeah, no, I got the logistics of that. So, so from what I got about Terry Rozier, Big Shot Bill.
Yeah, okay. So let me get to that part. Now, you got players, ex-players, current players, coaches, all of that shit involved. Okay? The name and notoriety is able to draw in other millionaires and shit. And some of those motherfuckers go in there and they lose their shirt too. Okay? They lose their shirt too. Now, when they do, all right, you might think that these motherfuckers got all this goddamn money, but they aren't necessarily liquid.
Correct.
Or they can't afford to give that type of money that they end up losing. It's bad gambling. Fucking happens, right? Lose more than you can afford to lose. So now I need a favor. You know, you're either gonna bring us some more fish, some more ducks to lose their money, and now you're in on the scam, start giving signals, and you know, you're a planted player now too. And also, when you done lost enough of your shit, now
so now
we
they
need you to not cover the spread.
Yeah, they gotta play.
We need you to not cover the spread. We need you to make sure you hit the over, you know what I'm saying, the under on what your ass is perceived to get. You know what I'm saying? You got an over under on 17 points. You can't score more than 16 tomorrow.
16, right. So basically, if like how you said, they tried to get in on it and they was the odd man out, so they was losing money. Now that they in debt, in order to work out that debt, they come into the fold and put it against somebody else.
Usually, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, you know, you bring in some more motherfuckers. Like, that's the real hustle. I said this on the show last night. That's the real hustle, is just being able to get more ducks. Because once they sit at the table, they're already lost. The money's already gone. Because the game is fixed. There is no beating the scam. You feel me?
Yes.
So all they got to do is get the motherfucker to sit at the table. So their name, notoriety, fame is what gets them to bring other motherfuckers in. But hey, you're also a planted player too. And then once you done lost enough, hey, and then a guy like Terry Rozier, for example, who's still playing, you know, we get you to shave some points. We get you to inflate some stats. A coach like Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, ex-player, whatever, sit somebody. Sit somebody. Fix up the rotation a little bit. Make sure that over-under doesn't go to where the fuck it should go. So, fuck it. Yeah, you might owe us 40,000, or matter of fact, you might not even owe us shit. You want to make an extra 100K today? We'll give you 50, 100,000. Make sure this number is where it's supposed to be. Then they end up betting $1 million, $2 million. You feel me? On a sure thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Fixed. So they end up in their back pockets to make more money off of them. Oh, absolutely. And also the motherfuckers get paid off jump too. They already in their back pockets. Like I say, this like the Tim Donaghy shit and all of that. Gilbert wasn't the only fucking one. I said it. Remember, I said that shit when Gilbert got knocked. I said it. I was like, the game fixed.
And we already know his ass is going to.
Everybody thought, oh, no, he's just running an illegal game. No, the game is fixed.
Right.
I seen this shit. If it wasn't fixed, it wouldn't have got popped.
Ever since this FanDuel shit started, bro, we knew the fix was already in. We knew it.
The fix been in before that. Point shaving ain't new. Remember, man, Pete Rose got banned from baseball just for betting. They know what's up. You bet on the sports you play?
No, I wasn't saying it's new. This took it to another level when the gambling's at your hand now. Like I'm in it. Like that's what I'm saying. I'm on FanDuel right now.
Yeah. When you can just bet on when there are real like legal sports books to just bet on a player scoring a certain amount of points or getting a certain amount of rebounds or some shit. Yeah.
A whole nother level. So yeah, this shit is a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
Damn.
Nah, fuck that. Gilbert told on them niggas 2 months ago.
Oh, you think he already told?
Hell yeah.
So he pretty much got himself up out of this shit already.
Hell yeah. Of course he did. Anybody that's in federal custody that long and just walk, like he was in federal custody for like 8, 9, 12 hours or some shit and just walked out on bond. Fuck up out of here, bro. Yeah, you told. You know? So I don't feel bad for him. Fuck him.
Yep, and everybody who looks like him.
Fuck him. No, that's what you get for cheating. Cheating the game and then letting that shit spill into the sport that you play and cheating the fucking fans. Because us basketball fans already knew the game been fucked up.
Yep.
We knew it. This ain't making no sense.
Yep, they fucked us.
And I don't think it's ironic that now they talking about fixed poker shufflers and shit. And this video that I just played, I saw the shit 2 weeks ago. I just didn't report on it because this ain't no poker channel. But that shit explained a lot. Because, hey, trust me, in my years of playing poker, I've seen some shit, bro. Not even just, I mean, I get it. Cards got backs. Random shit be happening, dog. I get that. But it's like, bro, for you to have that amount of money in that motherfucker, when that shit happened, bitch, you got to know something, motherfucker. Either that or you are the dumbest, lucky motherfucker that ever lived. Real shit. Like, not even just, like, it's one thing to be lucky, but that type of dumb luck, I'm talking about, like, less than 1%, nigga, you bet all that shit? with a fraction of 1% chance to win? You had to know something, nigga. Right? Like, this hand should have been, like, there ain't even no reason for these cards to have flipped over, bitch. Real shit. These shit shouldn't even flipped over, dog. You should have threw them shit, like, you should have wiped your ass with them shit, threw them shits away. Come on. They make it seem like you got to be some mathematician. I'm like, if this nigga was a mathematician, he'd have threw them shits away. The nigga got a less than 1% chance of winning. I've seen some shit, bro. So, fuck these motherfuckers, bro. Nah, because look, these people are getting busted at the higher level, the NBA level, and millions of dollars. Look, them poker pros and shit, for tens of thousands of dollars, they've been doing that shit.
Oh, hell yeah.
Pasty face white boys for years. I've watched them. I've seen them do it. Fuck them too. That's why I'm glad that these motherfuckers are getting busted on the bigger level, so that way somebody can beat the shit out of these motherfucking crackers, dog, that have been doing this shit. Real shit. Somebody need to watch out for these motherfuckers. These goddamn computer geeks.
Yeah, because that
real shit. Oh, he's an online wizard. No, he's not. That bitch got a program to see a bitch cards. Okay? You think that shit funny? I'm being real, bro.
Hey yo, listen, I understand. That's what make it funny. It ain't.
I quit playing cards over this shit, man.
Oh,
I done seen marriages get fucked up. I done seen people get fucked up. I done seen people lose their shit and go on a goddamn stealing spree, fucking plunge into drug addiction, all types of shit. Not just because they were bad gamblers, but because they were fucking cheated, bro. So I don't give a fuck. Get them all.
oh hell yeah, I'm with all that. Lock that nigga asses up. Lock them black bastards up. Every last one of them. Shit.
Because I done seen some good people, bro. Lives plunge into filth, ruined. Ruined.
Oh shit, I just looked at your scroll bar. So you having a Halloween purge?
Yes, sir.
Dang.
1 week. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dang.
And we will have a pre-purge pop-off cash prize for the best costume. So, ladies, fellas, whatever, you know, come through. We goddamn paying money. That total is not set in stone, but we are guaranteeing $500 for the Purge MVP. This is our first ever 24-hour Halloween Purge. Backed by popular demand. We have not had a Purge since last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And this is the first Halloween purge, right?
First time we ever did it. First time I remember this shit falling on a fucking Friday.
Right. Damn.
Yeah. So it's scheduled for 24 hours. We could possibly extend it depending on, you know, either what type of support we getting or what the climate is or whatever the case may be. But yeah, that's how it's going to go. Beforehand, we will have a pre-purge pop-off party to do that. You know, hopefully we get a DJ going or something, you know, and best costume. You know, we'll win some cash for that.
Oh, and you the best card? Oh, all right.
So no, that's before the purge though.
Okay, so you put that in there because remember I was suggesting that we should do that. Okay, that's what's up. So you put all that in one. Okay, that's gonna be big going into.
Yeah, absolutely. Just my five. She did it. We got. Matter of fact, might as well play this. To Nightish, shout out to Nightish for hitting us with the track. Shout out to Just My Five with the edit skills. I got this one. She's got one as well, and we'll be putting out some edits, promotional edits, all throughout the course of the week.
The sirens wait. The streets go black. Auntie's purge. Ain't no turning back.
At the siren, all crimes, including murder, will be legal.
When the clock strikes midnight, the shadows come alive. Blood on the pavement. Who's gonna survive? Demons in the mask, and they're knocking at your door. Welcome to the purge, the horror you can't ignore. Candles flicker red in a house with broken glass. Footsteps in the hallway, shadows moving fast. Chains on the floor and the screams in the air. If you pray for tomorrow, better know nobody cares. Faces painted white with the hunger in their eyes. Laughter in the silence, bodies start to rise. Sirens keep on ringing, but the purge has begun. And tea brings the horror till the rising of the sun. When the clock strikes midnight, the shadows come alive. Blood on the pavement. Who's gonna survive? It's a carnival of pain. Every heartbeat's thunder, every whisper's insane. The purge is forever, the nightmare is true, and the horror of Auntie is coming for you. Lock your door, hide your soul. Purge of heart takes control.
At the siren, all crimes, including murder, will be legal.
Yeah, that's dope.
There you go. So
That's dope.
you know, and we'll have promotional edits, clips. You know what I'm saying? Jog everybody's memory. Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard. I like that.
I know I got one from Just My Five. We'll probably play that a little bit later because we got the body camera breakdowns in a little bit. But yeah, dog, these niggas. I hope y'all niggas go to jail.
Yep.
Cheating fucks. You know what I'm saying? Compromising the integrity of the fucking game, man.
Lock them up.
Blessed with all that goddamn talent and then still fucking shit on the integrity of the game. Imagine that, bro. Blessed with the ability to play a child's game and make hundreds of millions of dollars doing it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, all you had to do was play the game straight up. And life is good. Just work on your jumper. Work on your jumper. Study your playbook. Stay in shape. Say your prayers. Eat your vitamins. That's not enough. You had to cheat unsuspecting fucking people. You know? Yeah, I'm motherfucking gonna come up here and talk shit. Whatever. You know. It's all good though. But I'm about to get ready for the body camera show. You know what I'm saying, tonight. So you want to throw out some final thoughts, big dog? I'm about to get up out
No, I
of here.
just wanted to make sure I get like you know, the full scope of things. You know, I don't like to assume, so that's why I came over here to get some more information.
Yeah, I mean, bro. Yeah, it's bro. You can go through the feed. It's a bunch. I mean, them ESPN pundits, they ain't really gonna say much of shit. Check out the news networks. They'll tell you a little. You know what I'm saying? They'll tell you what the hell is actually there.
Mm.
You know, because these motherfuckers like to protect who the fuck is who's sponsored by who and shit. So fuck all that. You know, motherfuckers like Stephen A. gonna try to protect their friends and shit. Fuck that. Get them all.
Word.
Oh well, we don't want to say that. We don't know, man. Fuck out of here. If I knew the goddamn game is fixed, off rip, I knew the game was fixed. I knew you motherfuckers was shaving points. I knew y'all was rigging all types of shit. Off rip. That's what I'm saying, bro. Hey, I'm gonna report on this shit. Of course, I got some shit to do. We preparing for the Halloween purge. You know, making sure that pops off straight. But I will be talking more about this shit over the course of the weekend, no doubt. And this is something you really, in these spaces, you're really not going to get the raw real. And it's not because they don't want to report on it. It's just because these niggas don't know shit.
They don't know.
They don't know shit, bro. They ain't never seen this shit. They ain't never seen rate games. They ain't never seen RFID readers. They ain't never seen contact lenses that can see through fucking cards and shit like that. They ain't never seen a motherfucker get a professional beating from a loan shark.
Shout out. What's that movie called 21? Shout out to 21.
Yeah, but that's not even real. At least not anymore. You know? I'm just saying, fuck all the movies, dog. Nigga done seen this shit in real life, bro. Like real life. Remember, I was telling the story not too long ago about some NFL players. This is right around the time when the pandemic popped off and the casinos was shut down, right? So who gets desperate? The poker pros, because they can't go in the casinos and do what the fuck they do and just beat up on millionaires and shit. They don't know what the fuck they doing and can lose, $10,000-$20,000 a night and not even miss the shit. So they couldn't even do that. So they were like begging to get home games going on. Not only that, dealers were out of work.
Right.
So what are they trying to do? The same shit that these dudes are saying. They had to get ducks, fish. So they got NFL players to come to their game right in Fort Lauderdale. This happened. All right, they got some rookies with their signing bonuses to come. And they pulled the same shit that the motherfuckers is talking about. It wasn't no NBA players doing it. It was fucking poker pros. Pasty face computer geek white boys with book bags full of cash. Okay? They robbed these dudes. And yes, they robbed them. Not at gunpoint, none of that shit. They fucking rigged the goddamn game. Sending signals, got a dealer in on the game, all of that, flipping cars from all different directions, all types of random shit happening. Hey, motherfucker lost his money. Hey, I'm about to go get some more money. I'll be back. That motherfucker came back with his toaster. Him and his homie came back with his with the toaster and just robbed these motherfuckers. Like, y'all just robbed me. I robbed you. Fuck you. And these pasty faced white boys called the fucking cops. Ain't that some shit?
Yep.
You running an illegal game. You just robbed somebody, and now that you got robbed, you gonna call the police.
Yep, sound about right.
Yeah. Man, that was some funny shit. And I heard that story because I was in the casino. About a month later, right? And somebody was trying to tell me about the story like I didn't know. I'm like, I read about the shit. I read about it, saw it on the news and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I got Google. He's like, isn't that fucked up? These guys were sore losers and they came back and ran and robbed the game. That's bullshit. I'm like, yeah. You motherfuckers get on my goddamn nerves. Thinking you can't lose to no niggas. Okay? Here's the deal. Those motherfuckers got what the fuck they deserve. That's what happens when you out here robbing bitches. You got robbed.
Yeah.
That's what happened. All right. Don't sit here and try to talk to me like them boys was just, they might have been sore losers, but they got cheated to begin with. So I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad for your boy, for your pasty faced brethren.
Yeah, they thought they was untouchable.
Okay? I don't feel bad for them. And they lucky they got out of that bitch alive.
Yeah, with all their digits.
I was just about to say, because where I'm from, motherfucker would have broke your fucking thumbs.
Yep. That's a fact. Yo,
and I can go a lot deeper. I'm not going to, but I'm like, hey, broken thumbs would have been the best of it with some of the shit that I done fucking seen and heard about, bro. That motherfuckers was forced to do after cheating somebody. Okay? I'd have heard of, man, I ain't gonna go there. I'd have heard stories about motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, being forced to drink piss. You know what I'm saying? Forced to drink piss. You know what I'm saying? Fucking suck their own dicks, all types of shit. Okay, after over cheating the wrong motherfucker.
Oh shit.
So y'all motherfuckers was lucky to get out alive.
Yeah, with no shame.
No, because you dealing with people on that level that don't even mind losing money. They don't even mind, but they do have a problem with getting cheated.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They do. So
That
I
undercutting shit
don't feel
is
bad
heavy.
for them.
It's heavy.
What's
I'm gonna
up,
let you
Andy?
go ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna let you go ahead. Do what you gotta do. If you,
Yeah, no, I'm about to run to
like
the
you
store
said,
real quick.
you're
I'm
on
about
the
to run
back
to the
end.
store real quick, download my videos. I will be back in probably about 25 minutes or so. You know.
All right, word.
But the redirect is on. Me and Just My Five, we got some stuff planned. So I just got to run to the store, go grab a few things and get right. But this will be fun. You know. But I'm not done with this story because I'm pretty sure neither of the feds. You about to hear even more names.
Oh yeah, over the weekend.
It ain't
that's
even
why I
like
said
the
if you
Diddy
get
shit.
on the
All of
back
those
end.
extra names that you heard with that Diddy shit, that was bullshit. That shit was fluff. That shit was clickbait. This is real. This is the real RICO charge. The real RICO case.
Yep, we got one.
Mm-hmm.
We got one.
You know, they talking about under the Trump administration. This shit ain't just start with no damn Trump. Obama was busting these motherfuckers too. When they had them programs to see motherfuckers' whole cars. You want to talk about a movie? Check out Runner.
Yeah, I was about to say. Listen, I was about to say that. Or what's the other one? Now You See Me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Those are magic tricks. I'm talking about just bullshit gambling. Motherfuckers had programs to see bitches' whole cars. Niggas was cheating.
No, but that's the whole thing. The magic was the scam. That's what I'm saying. And the supposed magic is what went into the gambling situation.
Yeah. Ain't no motherfucking magic. That shit an illusion. Right? That shit an illusion. We gonna make your money disappear and reappear in my pocket. Okay? That's what the fuck they was doing. No, trust me, bro, I do not feel bad for these motherfuckers at all. At all.
Go ahead and hit that store run, G, and then
all right,
I'll see you when you get back.
Now I'll be back. Like I said, we got a bunch of shit going on. Hold up, let me see what we got. What we got on the docket, on the schedule. You know, she checked out a bunch of them videos already. Yeah, man. We got Orlando Brown's body cam footage. We got shoplifters getting fucked over. You know what I'm saying? We got a few of them. We got dates turned disaster. Well, of course, we got Karens in traffic. You know, people getting felony charges. Rappers getting kicked out of their own shows. It's wild. It's gonna be wild tonight. All right. So y'all make sure y'all can hit the notification bell, but we will be back in approximately 20 minutes. 25 minutes.
All right, work.
All right, dog. I'll be back. All right. On that note, man, we about to get up out of here. I want to thank everybody for hanging out, and we are not done with this RICO case. I hope all these motherfuckers go down. I put Gilbert Arenas in there. He wasn't the one that was arrested, but he was the one that was arrested first. I'm pretty sure his ass sang a little bit. That's why a lot of these motherfuckers got busted. Chauncey, Terry, Damon Jones, Cash Patel is on these motherfuckers next. You got fixed poker games, point shaving, racketeering, everybody arrested, head coach arrested. You know what I'm saying? Terry Rozier arrested. Gilbert Arenas was already arrested in a fucking gambling case. Fuck that shit. All these motherfuckers going to jail. God damn it. I'll be back. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Shout out to y'all. And also make sure y'all come through for the 2023 why do I keep fucking saying that? 2025 official YT Halloween purge. Okay, pre-purge pop off. We'll have a costume party, cash prize for that. First ever 24-hour Halloween purge. Sometimes we do it for 48. We've done it for 12. This time we're gonna do it for 24 strong. So y'all make sure y'all come through. Check that out. All right. Even if you don't want to participate, feel free to go ahead and spectate. I'm pretty sure y'all will have a blast, no matter what capacity you'll be in there for. All right. But on that note, man, I got to get up out of here. Y'all have a wonderful evening. I will be back in just a few. Peace.